So my name is Owanto. Actually, I was mentioning that it is a Bantu name. It means woman. It's from Libreville, and it's from the tribe of my mother. My mother was born with that given name by my grandmother, and actually her name was Owanto Bia, meaning beautiful woman. I thought it was a little bit too vain for me to take, so I dropped the Bia and I remain Owanto, which allows me very much to embrace issues who have to do with women, generally speaking worldwide, but as well particularly in the continent of Africa. I've become a photographer by accident. Like many people, we become because circumstances of life make you. I was basically a painter for many years, but I realized since 10 years I've been using a photographic document. My work is based on photography. I've been working mostly at the beginning on phone documents, using the photo album because my interest has been searching in the memory and understanding who I am through my parents, through my grandparents, through my hybridity. And actually, I was saying that because of my name, it's a little bit like a flag. Women issue are really my favorite issue. But in Lagos, I'm showing a body of work called Dance With Me that has to do more with the photography that is fabricating a story. So I use found images I didn't take with many images of my travel. I travel a lot, and I pick up some inspiration from water, for instance. And water for me is a symbol of changing, evolution, changes, moving on. And you will see in the exhibition that you will probably, hopefully visit, that I mix and match the found document with those images that mean something to me. They are like a symbol. And I'm bringing the viewer to my own narrative, which is made of fantasy. I do believe that in Africa we are storytellers. So I want to embody that culture of the storytelling, but through visual images. And sometimes as well through sound images, actually, using sound for fabricating pieces. I do not consider myself really truly as a photographer. I think I'm mainly an artist who is using photography. I'm trying to invite the viewer to dig into their own self. You will see as well in the exhibition there is a word piece which is written "Come True for Real." So it has to do with regime of truth, where no matter how much there is complexity and fabrication in my light boxes that I'm presenting, there is that desire at the end of the day of inviting people to be who they are. And that who you are has to do with the traveling in life, isn't it? With experience, the people you meet, and like me being in Lagos for the second time, I've started to really come into great communication with people. I've made friends, and it's not only the visual of the photography, but it's the encounter with the people that push you further and makes you who you are. I remain true to myself, but there is no doubt that you are being touched by the soul of other people, by the heart of the other people, by opening your eyes to beauty. I have some time as well for opening your eyes to more painful things. So you are really shaping yourself depending on your experiences. Who you are has to do with that exploring the world. It is definitely because I'm a woman. It is as well because I'm a daughter, but mostly because I'm a mother now. And I'm embracing much more now being a mother, and I think being a mother, I'm a mother of all the children. I'm not a mother only of my children, I'm a mother of just a mother, in the African sense of the term. And that's really who I want to be as well, more and more. But as well, I think it has a lot to do today observing that there is a void voices of women has to be heard. I would love to be a model of people looking at me as a model and inviting more artists and more people to just be and stand and come through for real. It really happened when I was 18 and I had to look for a university like many young people. And I wanted to go to England to learn English. I did. And then when I learned English, I wanted to learn Spanish. I thought with those two other languages I would be able to do the experimenting I'm talking about, of seeing the world and being able as well to represent that world as an artist. So that's what I did. I fell in love with that country, and I remain in love with that country as a base, even though I totally realized that I have to travel and explore and see the bigger picture. So it was as well, I think, the fact that Malaga is just facing Africa. I came actually last year. I was invited to come to Artex, and I had 4 fabulous days, and I met Jesus, the director, and I saw IAF, and eventually he visited me in my studio in the south of Spain as a curator, and they confirmed that I would be invited to show. We have a solo show in Lagos Photo. I think it's an amazing inspiration for the continent, and I think it's extremely well regarded broadly. What I found very interesting experimenting the festival is that it's not a fair, it's not a commercial art fair. It is really a place of encounter of culture, and people are invited to show from all over the world. It is basically, I think, mostly centered on the continent, but with a huge window of and a huge vision who talks about the world and the issue of the world, like l'environnement and all type of cultural way we have to engage in order to make the planet better, really, basically. It's a beginning. I cannot really be strongly, I would be very shy I'm here now only for, I've been here for 5 days. So, and I've been meeting so many people. I will have to digest all that, and I think it's a storytelling. It's a fabrication of the images, and with that fabrication of some of the images, I actually like to show the work as a sculpture piece, because they come in 1.60 meter boxes. It's a light, as I said, it's a light box. I love to use the light as a matter of conveying a shift of inviting people to a shift of consciousness. I want the work to be contemporary, not so much a classic picture. So the fact that I use light boxes is very important to me. And sometimes within the complexity of fabricating the image, I like to put on top another light box, which will be completely clean shot of a picture that has not been manipulated. What is interesting as well is that when you look at the work, you can actually move a light box and put it on top of another light box. So it changes the discourse, it changes the reading of the viewer. It's going to have a completely different interaction, a different story. I really think I stick to the main work that is exhibited today. Is come true for real. You know, learn from others, but really don't lose what you really think you want to say. That's the only way you will be, you won't be weak. Of course, it's interesting to have the view of curators. There is no doubt about that. Today, it's very interesting, the conversation there is between artist and curator. I think it's one way to go. So to listen to curatorial advice, but as well to really be strong about what you want, what you see really, the way of seeing the world. Well, I think it's very interesting that I'm showing in the continent. I will wish to do that more, to be more in touch with as well collectors of the continent, because it is true today. I think the artist, the true artist, it's important, but the artist is alive many times because there is people who are collecting and supporting supporting them. So yes, definitely do more exhibition. I'm exhibiting at the moment in Cape Town at the Zuidmoka. I'm actually showing there a body of work that has to do with female genital mutilation. So nothing to do with Dance With Me. It is another body of work that I've been working on. I'm now ready, but at the beginning I was not. I was feeling very weak about the subject, thinking that this is too much of a big subject. It's too much painful subject for me because of the images I was going to put on the public eyes. I have dealt with the issue because I've been very well guided again by curators who are serious people, and being such a serious subject, I had to engage very professionally and very consciously about it. So anyway, it will be another time to talk about that because I'm presenting Dance With Me. I'm showing now in the continent. I'm hoping I'm showing one big piece of 3 meter with a sculpture integrated to the photography. All type, really. I would not, and I've been introduced again to Fela. I think it's absolutely fantastic music. My favorite sport, walking. It's a sport today, I think. I walk fast. I could walk for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. If I can do that every day, my whole body energy, my whole soul, I can really move on. We have to move. We cannot sit. We cannot sit on the sofa. How do I relax? Painting. But I haven't been painting for a while now. So that has been really a big thing for 20 years. I'm now considering to go back to do it because it's really not only a way to relax, but I can feel kind of a trance. It's an active meditation. So you are really one with a piece. It's because I was painting for many years abstract, and I'm really seriously considering to reconnect now with. You reconnect with your own soul when you do the painting. Totally, absolutely, and. I don't want to go back with me again, but Dance With Me is in that direction. That's it's to show the optimism and the resilience and the good spirit and the happy Africa. I mean, it's huge, massive amount of happy disposition, in the street and everywhere. Like many of us, we are living in places where we are not born, and some years we live in a place, and then some other years we live in another place. We are all in this, well, not all, but many of us were in displacement, aren't we? And mostly when you're an artist, you can, and it's quite interesting actually to do that, to be able to understand another culture and negotiate those cultures within you. My name is Owanto. I'm here for Photo Lagos Festival 2017. And I want to invite you to subscribe to BantuPhotos, post your photography, and make money.